Hey guys, so today I thought I'd do a video all on kind of my current go-to makeup routine. It's basically surrounded by the buffing technique. This was kind of a video that Goss put up a couple of weeks ago, actually way more than that, maybe a couple of months ago, about a new technique for your foundation and make your base look really flawless, and he said it looks like an Instagram filter on your skin. Now, I kind of showed this in a vlog and a lot of you were kind of really like, oh my god, your skin looks amazing, your makeup looks really good, and I have been doing it every single day since then. Whether I've been kind of like doing different eyes or different lips and that kind of thing, then I have, but kind of the actual base makeup has been completely the same, so I thought I'd show you it in this video, and also show you kind of an eye and lip look I have been loving that's very simple and very kind of just neutral and natural. Maybe not natural, there's a lot of makeup in this makeup tutorial. Also just want to kind of talk through the fact that we're in a very different setup. Not very different, I'm in the same room, but basically I've explained before, there is a huge window over here, not so big window over here. But to do a makeup tutorial you need to obviously be in the light, and over there I can't necessarily sit with a tripod and with enough room because my bed is against the windowsill, if this makes sense. So today I'm kind of in the other side of my room against this window. So yeah, I'm having a few troubles with lighting in this room, to be honest, because even though it's very well lit, there's nowhere for me to sit over that side of the room where the huge window is. That's where the nice background is, but the light's not very good over there, and it's just really difficult. So I'm definitely going to be grabbing a ring light in the next couple of months, but right now I'm not really in the position to be buying one, just because I've just got money that I need to spend on other things, and so yeah, I'm not going to be buying one right now, but I will get one at some point, and then we'll have a nice background and nicely lit videos all in one. So I've just kind of pinned back my hair so it doesn't get in the way. So the first thing that I'm doing in this makeup tutorial is kind of applying a cream highlighter. Not cream highlighter, I'm just applying a concealer, but it's the kind of cream contouring and cream highlighting. Basically, on an everyday basis, I don't do the cream contouring. I think it's a little bit OTT for an everyday basis. That's what he says to do in the video, but it works exactly the same without doing the cream contouring. You just obviously have more of a natural contour just by kind of using powder, and it's not just as much. But when I go out, I have been doing obviously the cream contour and the highlight. The one I like to use is the LA Girl Pro Conceal high definition concealer in the colour Porcelain. This is quite yellow toned underneath my eyes. It's nice, but I do absolutely love the Collection Illuminating Touch Brightening Concealer. This is just a little bit lighter and a little bit better for this kind of buffing technique because you apply this underneath your foundation. So I'm going to start by just applying this. It takes quite a lot to squeeze these out. Oh, it's come out straight away after I've just said that. I have had quite a lot of kind of people asking where I get these concealers from. And I got them from eBay. I also have the dark one as well for the contour, which I will show you in just a second. I'm not going to be doing the cream contouring in this video, just because I'm kind of showing you what I've been doing on an everyday basis. I do want to do a video on the makeup that I wear on a night out and what I like to wear. And so I will be doing that at some point. I look absolutely hilarious. So this is the first thing that I do. I am going to go closer to my eyes, but I don't want to do it from quite far away. Then I'm going to do kind of 3 lines on my forehead. Just a little bit on my Cupid's bow. A little bit on my chin, just a tiny bit. And a little bit down the centre of my nose, like this. Now, for the cream contour, if I was doing this, and as I say, I do want to do a video on kind of my not everyday, kind of go-to going out makeup. So I will show you this. This is what this one looks like. It's very dark. This one's in the colour Espresso. For this, I would go along the contours here. I'd put a little bit on the forehead, just in a few streaks like this, down the sides of my nose, and that is pretty much all I do with the brown one. So that's that. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab a makeup brush. Now, I obviously absolutely love, as you guys know, this makeup brush, which is the Sephora Pro Airbrush 55 brush, which is kind of like the big one that's all like fluffy and nice, and I just love it. And I wash my makeup brushes as well. Don't look washed, does it? But I did wash them the other day. I have used this one. Today I'm going to use more of a buffing brush. Just fancy using it. This is the Sephora, again, mineral powder brush in 45. I do love my Sephora brushes. This is the Rimmel Lasting Perfection. Is it Lasting Perfection? It's all rubbed off. I think it's Lasting Perfection foundation. I don't know what colour it's in either, because that's rubbed off. But I really love this foundation. I went through a stage of absolutely loving it kind of earlier on in the year, so I'm sure you guys know that. But yeah, love this, and it works really well for this tutorial and the buffing technique. So I'm just going to go in and blend in the foundation. You kind of just go straight away. You don't necessarily blend the highlight beforehand. You're just supposed to blend with the foundation. One thing that I do find is, like, if I do the cream contour, then you kind of have to be careful where you're blending it, because otherwise you end up kind of blending the cream contour up. So you just have to blend quite, I don't know, look what you're doing, I suppose. So the lighting's gone a little bit duller. I don't know what I'm doing with this lighting, to be honest. It's driving me insane. But this is the foundation that kind of blends into my skin. I think it looks really, really nice. I then don't really need that much concealer with this foundation. It's quite full coverage, but it's very full coverage actually. But I just pop a little bit of my Makeup Forever full cover concealer. I don't know how this is still going, to be quite honest. There's not much left in the tube. I really have to give it a good squeeze. But I just pop a few dots of this onto where I need it, and just a little bit on the forehead there, just a tiny bit. You can't even see the dots, I don't think, but yeah, I just blend that in. He doesn't mention this bit in his tutorial, but if you need concealer, you're going to apply it, aren't you? You're not going to not apply it. So that is all my base applied, kind of the foundation and concealer, and as you can see it looks quite flawless. Now you're probably thinking there's nothing else different that's going on here. The next thing that I kind of do, I've kind of obviously adapted his kind of buffing technique to my preference. The next thing that I would do is pop on my Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot powder. This is a translucent mattifying powder, and I apply this with this brush. It's quite dense, it's quite flat. It's Royal & Landacre brush, Revolution range BX30. So what I do is grab it on here, so it's on one side, and I kind of press this into the skin. I don't kind of brush it over, I press it in, just so the whole thing, and I've got hairs all over my face from my hair, not from the brush, all over. If you've got dry skin, then this may be a problem, but in his video just said to kind of moisturise a lot if you've got dry skin. But for my skin, it's kind of a combination. It's absolutely fine at the moment, to be honest. It's kind of normal to oily. It kind of, my skin changes every 2 seconds. As you can see, we now look like a China doll. We are very, very mattified. So you do that, that's sorted. Again, if you don't have the matte look, you are going to hate this. Next thing I do is apply the Soap & Glory Solar Powder. I switch bronzers a lot, just depends what I'm fancy at the time. But what I'm going to do is take the kind of contour side, which is the lighter side over here, with the NARS, whatever brush this is, the dupe that I have. And I'm going to take that on the brush, which is a very kind of dense one stroke brush, and I'm just going to take that on the contours of my face. Don't worry, I am going to blend this out. I'm going to pop a bit just up here. I am going to go over with bronzer though, so I don't really know why I'm popping that up there. And a little bit down here. Mainly this brush and this contour shade is literally just for the cheeks. So then after doing that, I feel like this is a proper tutorial. I haven't done a proper tutorial in ages. The next thing after I do that is apply the kind of bronzer side. Basically, when you apply obviously your cream contour with the tutorial, you then don't need as much bronzer. You've already kind of got a little bit of contour, but I do like to still bronze on top of it. I don't like to look ridiculously bronzed, but I do like a good contour. So I take this bronzer shade on a Sephora Pro Angled Brush 49 brush. And I just kind of blend it out. So as you can see, that looks a little bit more blended now. I just kind of blend the bronzer into the contour until it looks a little bit more, I can't really say natural, can you? But you know what I mean. And then I just take some of the bronzer shade up onto my forehead. I really like my temples to look really nice and bronzed. So I just take that up there. I think it really adds to like a natural sun-kissed look, because when you are tanned, that is where you hit the sun, especially just there. I also sometimes just like to bring some down the side of my nose. Not contouring it, but just, you know, bring a little bit, and then I pop a little bit underneath my jawline. And then I do kind of like to just pop over with the powder brush that I've used. If I'm not doing the buffing technique, which is never anymore, then I'll just pop over with a foundation brush. But yeah, so I do that. Then I go onto my eyes. Everyone knows I kind of do a very weird way of doing makeup. I have a very weird like step-by-step process. I go from one thing to the next and change all the time. But for my eye look, I am not going to do anything fancy, but I'm going to take my Decay Smokey palette, which is so beautiful, and I'm going to take this colour at the end called Combust, which is basically just, I don't know, it's kind of like a pinky kind of neutral colour. And it's just a little bit darker than my natural eyelid shade. And I'm just going to swipe that. I should probably have kind of taken the excess off this brush. I do this all the time. Like, I just start kind of putting stuff on my eyelids and I'm like, oh, that's got like, you know, silver eyeshadow on it. So let's try again. I'm going to take a different brush. So I just take it and blend it slightly. I just bring it slightly further up. My eyebrows are so desperate to be done. Really need to get those tweezers out. So I just kind of bring it up slightly. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'm just going to slightly blend that out. It's really kind of really simple. And then I'm going to go through the crease with just a slightly darker matte shade. I'm going to use the brush that came with the Decay Smokey palette, which I really like. It's got this really nice tapered blending brush, and then it's got this really nice kind of little kind of, what's it called? I don't know, something to really deposit some colour, good like a smudger brush. So I'm going to take the kind of tapered blending end and take the colour Whiskey, which is next to the colour Combust, which is basically just a dark matte brown, and not pick up too much shadow, but enough. And then I'm just going to take this through the crease, really, really natural, not too much, but just lightly take it through the crease. Look how pretty that Decay Smokey palette is. Just look at it. So pretty. And the magnetic closure just gets me. Just love it. Yeah, just take that through the crease. Nothing too fancy. But so it gives it a little bit more definition. I just really like this end of the brush because it kind of takes it so it's kind of, it makes it look like you've got enough shadow in there, and it really deposits the colour in a really nice way. Like, if some blending brushes when you're popping it through the crease kind of put the shadow up to your eyebrow because there's so much of a blending brush, whereas this is like in the middle. So my dad just rang, so I'm a bit stumped as to where I was in this tutorial. I'm pretty sure I was kind of at the eye makeup. Now after I kind of finished doing the eyeshadow, obviously there's not much at all, it's just nicely blended. I just like it. Looks a little bit smoky but natural and not too much on the eyes. I'm appreciating it at the moment. I really like it. So normally I would then apply liquid liner, which this is the Makeup Gallery Pro liquid eyeliner. I love this. It's £1 from whatever shop does Makeup Gallery, which I always forget which one it is. I've just got my eye brushes here. I'm just trying to find the brush I want. Basically, the next thing I'm going to do is kind of, instead of using liquid liner for this look, because I like it kind of like smoky and blended and nice, I'm going to just pop a little bit of colour on the upper lash line. I'm going to take a mix of the brown matte colour we've already used called Whiskey and Black Market, which is a black with a tiny bit of shimmer. And I'm just going to take it on this brush, which is a MAC 214 brush, and just like blend it into like the lash line at the top. You can see it slightly on the outside there. I feel like, I literally feel like this takes longer than liquid liner because I struggle to get it like, when it's messy but neat messy. Does that make sense? I feel like even though when you do it messy, it's still got to look semi-neat. But I just think this looks nice with the eye look. So I don't know if you can see that, it's just slightly more defined than this eye. I just quite like doing it. And again, I'll just do it on this eye. So both the eyes are done. This one looks a little bit more, got more on it. I think it's because of the lighting. But yeah, I only go kind of like halfway in because I think if you start kind of blending smoky in the corner, it just looks a bit funny. So the next thing I'm going to do is apply mascara as usual. I really like the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. I really like it. But for me at the moment, it's a little bit too wet. I feel like I need to let it dry out. So what I've been liking doing is applying the L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes Extra Black, then putting the Lash Sensational over the top. My thing as well is that I need like volume on my lashes. I say this quite a lot, but I have quite long eyelashes anyway. So for me, the Lash Sensational gives a lot of length and not that much volume. So that's why I like applying this and the Lash Sensational over the top. I really like it. It's like my favourite mascara combination. And I'm not really wanting to combine mascaras on like a normal basis, but at the moment this is like my go-to. And I like to put the volume in the lashes on the bottom lashes as well. I don't like to put the Lash Sensational on the bottom lashes. I think just because it's very wet. It's just a very wet mascara, and it kind of, I find it difficult. I find it difficult to use by itself. But I think if you need length, it is absolutely perfect. And I love this mascara, this Volume Million Lashes, but it's almost needs a little bit extra sometimes. It gives you very nice fluttery eyelashes, this does, which I absolutely love. But they just popping that Lash Sensational over top just gives it a real like pow. So that's that mascara. And then I just pop this over the top, and it just makes it look absolutely fab. So I don't know if you can see that, but I think my eyelashes look amazing. So then I just do that. Next thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. I'm going to speed this up for you guys. I always struggle to find my brow brush. Oh, I've already found it. I'm going to speed this up for you guys. If you guys want an eyebrow routine from me, please let me know. It's not really that difficult, but yeah, please let me know if you do, because I've never actually done one of those, because it hasn't been that long since I've actually started like doing my eyebrows. So yeah, going to speed this up and I'll be back in a second. The whole your eyebrows are sisters and not twins is definitely applying to me today. I can't really be bothered to fix them. It's only a Sunday, not many people are going to see my eyebrows today. So yeah, brows done, eyes done, absolutely fab. One thing I also normally do, which I'm just going to do now, is just pop a little bit and smudge it underneath the lash line. I'm just going to take the dark brown colour again, just the matte colour, and just pop it underneath there. I know it's not great to do when you've got mascara on, because then you kind of mess up all your lashes. But yeah, just pop a little bit. I just really like this eye look. It's not really me at all, but I just really like it. Don't understand why this makeup tutorial seems to be taking so long today. I feel like this is just taking forever. Quickly, the next thing I'm going to do is pop some blusher on. This is the Hourglass blush palette. I love this. I use this so much. I'm going to use the pink shade at the end. I literally use this all the time. And I'm just going to pop this on my cheeks. It's just the prettiest blush shade. So that is that. Then I'm going to apply highlighter. Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest highlighter person. I always think sometimes it can look a little bit like, bam, I've got a highlighter on. Doesn't look natural at all. I like how I'm just leaning across here. Doesn't look natural at all. And I do like it, but I normally just say, let's just shoot it for like nights out. Well, this buffing technique has changed my mind, because it blends everything together and makes everything look not so stark. It's a lot nicer. So I'm going to put the Mary Luminizer on, just on a Real Techniques contour brush, just on the top of my cheeks. See, it looks so like bam. Then I just kind of, before I kind of blend everything together, I'm just going to blend it out slightly with this brush that I used earlier. So that's the highlight done. We've got blusher and we've got contour on and bronzer. It's all sorted. This is what I mean by there is a lot of product in this kind of makeup. Now I'm just going to take this brush, which is one of the cheap eBay brushes I absolutely love, and just put a little bit of the highlighter in my inner corner like this, and then a little bit on my brow bone, and a little bit on my other brow bone like that. Then, the crazy bit. You take a brush. Now I've got this one. Again, a Sephora brush. This is getting a bit ridiculous. Maybe I should do a tutorial without Sephora brushes. This is the Pro Contour Blush Contour 74 brush. And I'm going to take my Bourjois Healthy Balance Powder. I like this because it's very kind of just blends everything together nicely. I think you need to find the right powder for this look. I just want to quickly mention, in Goss Makeup Artist Buffing Technique, he uses a loose powder as the first powder of the step that I used before when he used the Soap and Glory powder. That was a really long sentence. And so, but I haven't. I've used kind of a normal, just pressed powder, and this is how it works for me. Everyone is going to be different. So I take some of this powder on this brush, and you start to buff it into your skin. You literally buff. It feels very strange because you've probably never done anything like this before. But as soon as you do it, you'll be like, oh my god. And you blend all of your blush and your contour and your highlight together. Now, I don't know if you can see, but it's just all blending together really nicely. Doesn't look quite as just like, bam, I've got highlighter on. Doesn't look like, bam, I've got blusher on. Just looks like, oh, look at her face. It looks very blended. I just put a little bit underneath the eyes, because obviously you can't blend too much under there. That is the buffing technique. Now, right now, you're probably not going to be able to tell the difference as before I did this and afterwards. As I say, it's a very mattified look, but you've got your highlight. And the reason why I like this is because I can then use highlight, and then I don't think, oh, this looks ridiculous. When you go out, it's not going to be like the sun, like he's blazing off your face. So, just to finish this off, I'm going to put a lipstick on, and I have been kind of liking like a berry-ish, well, berry purpley lip with this look. So I've got Whirl Lip Pencil here, which is the one I've been loving the most. I've then got the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in the colour 13, which is a really nice colour. I've then got the Maybelline Colour Drama Intense Velvet Lip Pencil in the colour Keep It Classy, and also got the Sephora Lip Liner To Go in the colour Rosewood. Perfect name. I'm going to use the Rosewood shade because I don't use this very often. And I'm just going to pop this on my lips. This is a little bit darker than I remember. So this here is the finished makeup look. I love this lip colour, but it's a bit darker than what I thought. I do love Whirl, but I much prefer the Gosh equivalent of it, which is like the Velvet Lip Pencil in the colour Nugget. So if you're looking for it, I definitely recommend getting that one, because the texture of the lip pencil is a lot nicer, it's a lot creamier. I do like this shade, but it's not something I'd wear every single day. It's quite bam, and my lips are quite dry at the moment, and it's a lip pencil, so probably wasn't the best thing to choose. But I just thought I'd show you kind of overall what it looks like. I love this makeup. I love the buffing technique. Just give it a go. That's all I'm saying, give it a go. It might not work for you. You might think this looks absolutely horrendous, but I would just say, give it a go. It makes everything blend together. It makes everything look very, very flawless. And I just think it looks absolutely fab. So yeah, I definitely say give it a go. And let me know how you get on down below. I just thought to show you kind of my experience with the buffing technique, and this is something I've been doing every single day. I feel like this tutorial has been ridiculously long, so I'm very sorry about that. But I hope you guys will kind of like now know this new technique. And I will leave a Goss Makeup Artist video down below. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I enjoyed me just chit-chatting, putting my makeup on, and learned a different kind of technique for your foundation and your whole makeup routine. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. The button is just down below. And I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye!